Now we have Alan Pollock with this weekly tech update. Alan, how are you, friend? I know I was
doing good.
I got up early this morning because I've got some ideas for some websites, and I started looking at how fast technology can build you a website. Literally 15 minutes, answer these questions, and just watch within it's crazy, and they're really good quality websites. So I was thinking about you early this morning. I was up awake at 5 o'clock this morning, couldn't get sleep because my mind is spinning on new ideas on how we can serve this market better and how to get out there with that messaging and these websites and how quickly you can create them. How our world has changed. My goodness.
Yeah, I've tried some of those out, and they're interesting, David. They're generic sites. I think a lot of people rush these things to market. They'll get more compelling over time. But I did find there are some website builders, so some of the bigger platforms that are out there that'll help you write content, that'll auto-do a bunch of different things. And I give it a year, and I think we'll be more blown away than we are right now.
No question.
But there's some interesting stuff. And I've got 2 AI things to talk about in today's segment. Yeah, so I have right in front of me, the dad joke book. And I thought I'd just pull out a random dad joke. So let's see. Guy walks into a bar. 2 guys walk into a bar. The third one ducks. That one's not that good. I hit my son in the head today with a Diet Coke, but he's okay. It was just a soft drink.
Oh, that's all right. Well, okay.
Yeah. And what do you call a lonely cheese? Provolone.
Provolone. Oh, okay, that's bad. All right, so much. Thankfully, your knowledge of tech is even much, much better than your knowledge.
That's right.
I appreciate you trying. So what you got for a tech update, Alan?
All right, so let's talk first AI. Today, there is a company. There's a company called Typeface. They're an AI-powered content creation startup. Okay, it's a big one. They do all kinds of content. Called Typeface. Typefacee.
Oh, Type. Okay, all right.
Yep. And they just secured $100 million in funding, and they now have their text-to-video AI startup Runway with $141 million in funding. So there's money moving heavily into AI, and there's going to be all kinds of things to invigorate our minds. Typeface is an interesting one. And then the second one is a company called Databricks. They are buying Mosaic ML, and ML probably stands for machine learning. Databricks, all one word, is buying Mosaic ML, and they're helping their companies build their own extremely low-cost ChatGPT-like tools for $1.3 billion.
$1.3 billion. Man, how to become a billionaire.
Yeah. So
even
AI
that's what your segment should be called.
I'll try and bring some AI stuff every week. Those are 2 just quick little ones that were good.
Yeah.
In addition, let's talk about some stuff going on in the industry. Instead of today talking about some generic things, I've got so much news. I won't be able to get through all of them, so cut me off when you've had enough. But let me get through a couple. The first one is the title is, and a lot of these came from Rob Krisman's report, by the way, so thank you, Rob. He put out some vendor news, and they were all compelling enough that I wanted to just reference them. The first one, it's titled, "It's Like a Zillow and Your Lender Had a Baby," with Home Dashboard. So I don't know if you've heard of them yet, David, but their loan officers can now deliver property data and live mortgage products to homeowners and home buyers, building trust and deepening those relationships. I'm reading that verbatim. And Real Affinity onboards retail lenders at no cost. So Home Dashboard has Real Affinity, and they directly engage with loan officers, and you've got client self-registration, live pricing, realtor co-branding, and single sign-on. I mention this just because, one, it was in Rob's report, but 2 is Home Dashboard is a name that not everyone's familiar with. So on the front side of the transaction, that's something really interesting that you can look at, and the fact that they're mixing in property data and live mortgage data. there was a report, I was on M Report, and Garth had actually mentioned, it was like, what does everyone think coming for 2023? And he had mentioned still top of the funnel is going to be really important. And I think it is as we continue to learn how to engage and educate the next home buyers out there.
Yep.
In addition, David, a new point of sale has entered the market called Mortgage Automated Technology, MAT. They've been around a little bit, but I don't think everybody knows who they are, so that's why I say new. They just integrated with one of our radio program partners, Candor, and they've completed their integration of services. They're creating, or they've patented, I'm sorry, let me back up. Candor's patented, they call it the VUS, the Virtual Underwriting System.
Yep.
And now they're calling it Decisions on Demand with what's called the Big Point of Sale. Mortgage Automated Technology has what they call the Big Point of Sale that just integrated with Candor, and they're going to try and revolutionize the mortgage process, right? And all the tech vendors are revolutionizing something. Hats off to all of them. Tavant, get this one, David. Tavant just announced the launch of what they call touchless lending. It's an AI-powered digital lending platform. They're saying it will further solidify itself as the most comprehensive automated underwriting solution available to mortgage lenders by providing coverage for all four major underwriting components. Now, we've always thought of three, right? Credit, collateral, and income. They're now saying asset analysis is their fourth. And they're saying this touchless lending platform's in the final stages. It'll be available at the end of June, which just happened, so it should be available now. So very interesting. What is touchless lending? I'd be very curious. AI-powered digital lending platform. More than likely, I'm guessing, David, that it's got some very intuitive ways that it asks questions with data, and it gamifies the experience. If I had to guess. Let's talk about Doc Magic. You ready? This is what everybody forgets, and this is what the tech vendors forget about as well. Hats off to Doc Magic. They just announced their ADA-compliant mortgage loan document library. That means that the delivery through their portal of all the documents, the review, the download, the signature, that entire process is now ADA compliant. I have to be honest with everyone. That's not easy to do. To build something and make it reactive on every form and every website and every browser, and then to also make it ADA compliant and work with the tools that are in the phones, it takes a little bit of work. So hats off to Doc Magic. If you're looking for a doc vendor, this is an unsolicited advertisement for them. That's a really cool thing to know about and to take a look at. You can continue to serve all types of borrowers, so please check it out. David, let's talk about, we've talked many times, everybody's fighting for the same person, right? They're all fighting for the same borrower. Upstream, going horizontal, looking at the fintechs out there, looking at banks and credit unions. Guess what? Temenos, we all know them, right? They're in the banking world. They're responsible for cloud banking, native cloud open banking systems. They just launched Temenos Digital Mortgage Solution, and they're saying that it deploys or employs explainable AI to power its decision engine. So they're enabling lenders, so we're talking about the markets that we don't necessarily all touch and serve as lenders, to make quick and prudent decisions through automation and intuitive workflows. And if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you've probably heard us talk about the all-in-one workflow, right? That's what bank executives want. They want an omni-channel, single-sided, single-tunnel experience that you can branch off the different roads, but it's all from one experience. Well, that's what they're doing, and they're serving that market. So don't worry about certain LOS systems that are in our industry. The banking technology is where the online banking is. It's where transactions occur. Now they can add this AI-driven mortgage origination solution. So check it out, Temenos. Everybody knows who they are.
How do you spell that?
Calling it, by
Temenos,
the way.
T-I-M-N.
What's that, David?
How do you spell Temenos?
It's Temenos.
Hey,
and,
so I had it all right, except I was putting eyes where there are E's. Okay, good.
And I've got one more for you. This is really interesting. I'm just setting up a couple extra minutes because it's a holiday and not all the folks are on the program today. Lender Logix. We've talked about them in the past. That's LenderLogix. Okay? They just completed integration with ICE Mortgage Technology. They're calling it Lightspeed, and it streamlined their mortgage loan application process. But get this. They're guiding the borrower, and all the point of sales do this. They're saying, though, that they're doing it through a singular auto-advancing application questionnaire process, and they're doing it with animated Iconography and dynamic messaging.
Interesting.
Iconography. And I'm guessing...
That's a new word. I've never heard of that word before, but I get it.
Yeah.
It's icon. Icon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you think of TurboTax, right, they have big squares and pictures. I'm guessing this is probably similar. But they basically then say that once the application is complete, the system will immediately present borrower with customized needs list. So they're doing what everybody else does. They also have their quick qual. They've got a fee chaser tool. They're doing pre-approval letters. If you remember, probably about 2 weeks ago, they had some unique stats about all the pre-approval letters they were doing and the types of borrowers. I had mentioned that. So go check it out. Just Google them, LenderLogix, Logix, and it looks like they have a cool platform as well. However, David, that is all the fun stuff for today. We'll have some extra AI stuff next week. And either you or Mark Helm mentioned something last week or 2 weeks prior called analysis paralysis. If you remember that, maybe Mark, you had mentioned that. Yeah, just keep in mind that it's normal. Everybody gets it, and you got to get out of it, and you got to figure out what you're going to execute one piece at a time, nice and slow.